Alright, YouTube, so we're back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII, and we are continuing, I guess, the celebration of the 25th anniversary of this fantastic game with NFTs now. This was not the plan for today's video. I was actually just about to record something else, and then I seen on the Twitter feed people talking about these NFTs, which they're finally moving forward with. We've done this for quite a while. I did some financial report video some time ago. I don't know how long it's been at this point. And within it, with like in a Q&A section or something like that, they were talking about getting into blockchain and NFTs and stuff. So we've known this for a while. We complained about it back then, and here we are. It's finally becoming a reality, which is kind of weird. I'm not saying the NFTs aren't still successful, because they probably are. There's probably still a market for it. But it's definitely like not in pop culture like it was just like a handful of months ago. Like I never even hear about them anymore. Like maybe once every like 2 weeks or something, I might see something NFT related somewhere. But it's not like daily, and it's not everywhere, because that's what it used to be. Which is somewhat typical of Square Enix, where they want to hop on like whatever's trendy, whatever's new. That's why they want to get into blockchain and NFTs. But also like Battle Royale, right? They came out with First Soldier last year. It's okay for what it is, but like how many years has Battle Royale been like a thing before they finally came out with their version of that, right? They're kind of way behind on times. I know it takes a few years to get things going. Obviously, games can't just be made overnight. But if you were to come out with like an FF7 Battle Royale, some years ago, whenever PUBG's kind of on the rise, and you have stuff like Fortnite first coming out and shit like that, and you maybe don't do it mobile only, like it'd probably be a lot more successful. And they're probably making money off of it, but it's still like it's just a mediocre BR at best. Anyways, back to this NFT shit. Of course, they're starting with Final Fantasy VII. That's their golden goose, right? That's the horse they beat to death. It's not really a surprise. I've never really given any thought to what they would do with NFTs, but FF7 makes the most sense, of course. Especially that it's the 25th anniversary. We know there's upcoming games like Crisis Core Reunion, FF7 Rebirth, a third title eventually for Remake. So for lack of a better term, FF7 is trendy right now. The people buy up kind of everything FF7 related. So it makes sense if you're going to dive into NFTs, make them FF7 related. And then maybe they're going to expand into other IPs and franchises and stuff. Maybe we're going to get some Dragon Quest fucking NFTs at some point. God damn, this is just a stupid conversation. So I just don't give a shit about NFTs. Holy fuck, why are they doing this? Look, admittedly, I don't know the ins and outs of NFTs, right? Because it's mostly something that just does not interest me, so I could give a fuck less. Like, I just don't even read up on it. But I know it's kind of fallen out of favor in recent times because it's bad for the environment, because people are doing all this, like, work making NFTs and creating shit, and making a lot of greenhouse gas emissions and all this other stuff. Again, I don't really keep up with all this, so it's understandable why people don't like it if it's bad for the environment. Which is why it's even weirder that, Square Enix wants to hop in on this. I know it's a trend, like, right now. Like, if there's, like, a public image that's bad for NFTs, why would you want to attach yourself to that? The Verge has an absolutely fantastic take on this that I wanted to read for you guys. That says, yes, you read that right. Square Enix is choosing to make its NFTs a technology known to consume exorbitant amounts of energy, contributing to wildly increased emissions and accelerating already out-of-control climate change on a planet that is either on fire, drowned, or melting, out of characters it created who were dedicated to stopping companies from doing exactly what an NFT facilitates. The math is not mathing. Which is just an absolutely beautiful fucking observation. It didn't even click. I was sitting there bitching about how bad NFTs are for the planet. They're making NFTs out of Final Fantasy VII characters whose entire purpose and goal in FF7, at least initially, is to save the planet from Shinra destroying the planet. It's just, it's so, the irony there is palpable. You can fucking taste it. You can feel it.
Stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in vain? I know you can!
Look, I was going to read over the articles and shit and kind of go into this a little more, but I'll be honest, I don't really care. And I'm assuming the overwhelming majority of you also don't care. There may be some cool aspects to this. I know, like, I guess maybe the Japanese website, because I didn't see it on the English website. You can, like, pre-order some sort of, like, cloud action figure, and you get, like, a digital version of that. That's kind of the thing right now. And there's going to be, like, some trading cards you can buy later on. I think there's over, like, 100 trading cards or something like that, and you open a pack, you get, like, a couple of trading cards, and you get, like, one digital one, or something along those lines. Like, that stuff's kind of cool if you just want to collect FF7 stuff, but, like, the NFT side of shit, like, I just cannot be bothered. I can't feign wanting to talk about this, to be honest. The fact that there is, like, physical items you can buy with this is somewhat appealing, and I wouldn't fault you for wanting to own that shit, right? If you want these, whatever these trading cards are, whatever this commemorative figure is. I said cloud, it might not even be cloud related. I don't even know what it is. There's not even a picture of it right now, I don't think. I wouldn't fault you for it. The problem is, if you're wanting to still buy these just to collect them and don't give a shit about the NFT side of stuff, you're still supporting the NFT shit, so there's not a middle ground, right? Like, if you wanted to collect this stuff, you're still going to be helping them, which is going to further them thinking the NFTs are a good idea, or successful. So the best option would be to not support it at all. But I know there's going to be people out there that want to get this simply just to collect the items. There might be people who are in it for the NFT side of shit. I don't know, man. It's a bummer. It's kind of a downer. I thought about going in a little bit harder on this video and just trashing Square Enix. And look, it's not the devs, right? That's the thing. We're talking about this on Twitter too as I'm recording this. The developers aren't the ones that are probably doing this. It's like a corporate shit. This is like the higher ups at Square Enix. They're just trying to make the most money possible. It sucks because the devs are probably going to get shit on for this to a certain degree, and they're wanting to get into blockchain gaming too. So the devs that make whatever those blockchain games are probably going to get shit on a lot. And it's probably not even up to them. They're probably not even, for the most part, wanting to do it. There might be some that are into it or interested in it, but for the most part, this is definitely like the big wigs that you don't even know about or hear about. My dudes, I think it's going to be pretty much the video. I'll link to some like articles in the description if you want to read up on some more. I'm kind of done. Like, we might cover some more NFT shit in the future if there's something worth talking about. But we definitely had to discuss this today since it's finally the first step into it, and they're using an FF7 for it, and it's in celebration. The irony of them celebrating the 25th anniversary with FF7 for NFTs is just goddamn ridiculous. That's the video, my dudes. Hopefully you enjoyed your day. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new with today. More Final Fantasy VII, maybe possibly NFT shit in the future. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter, @YT. I'm my Discord. Links to social networks are in the description. Into the outro. Later, guys.
Our beloved planet is dying. Slowly. Silently. Painfully.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.